So Johnny, if you can just kind of give him a point whenever he needs to mute it or whatever.
All right.
So.
you hear me.
All right, you turn it on.
It's on. All right. You ready to kind of get on? We can take some breaks. I can do the senior stuff here. And we can take some breaks if we need to.
18 minutes to a game.
Yeah, but that don't really mean anything if them umpires come out.
I think I've seen one.
I can't find that number.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you here to Diamond Bank Field at Wilson Park in Nashville, Arkansas. Tonight is senior night for the Scrappers, and we want to take a few moments before the game and recognize five seniors who have been a lot. His sisters Melissa, Abby, and Emma. His plans after high school, he wants to attend UCA and obtain a degree in Bachelor in Fire Science. He is a 2-year letterman for the Scrappers. For his season stats, he has 4 stolen bases.
You about ready for a little ball?
He has 5 stolen bases as a career stat.
All right, tell us when you're ready.
Thank you for being a member of the Scrapper team, Peyton Hill. Next is Banks Ray. Banks tonight, his family is Andrea Britt and Paul Wayne Ray. His sisters are Bowen and Britton. His plans after high school, he wants to attend National Park for a degree in business. His achievements, he is a 4-year letterman. He was named Newcomer of the Year when he was a freshman. His season stats this year, he's hit 6 hits, 1 double, and 9 RBIs. He's pitched 10 innings. He has 5 strikeouts. Over his career, he has 5 doubles, 25 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. He's pitched 80 innings for the Scrappers. He has 58 strikeouts and 4 wins throughout his career. Thank you, Banks Ray, for what you contributed to the Nashville Scrapper Baseball program.
Are you there? About how much
Next
time?
will be Sam Carter.
Okay.
Sam's family is JT and Aaron Carter. His brothers are Jackson, Derek, and Dalton. His plans after high school is to attend U of A and plan on majoring in marketing with an emphasis on construction marketing.
And good afternoon from Wilson Park. It's the final conference game of the year for the Nashville Scrappers. The Arkadelphia Badgers are visiting, and it's senior afternoon. I'm Johnny Wilson. My buddy Frank Preers alongside. JT Carter will be up here in a few moments. He has a son that's a senior. He's down on the field for those activities. He's down on the field for those activities right now. We're going to tell you who the 5 Scrapper seniors are. But Frank, Arkadelphia comes in, and the Scrappers lost a heartbreaker at Arkadelphia on Tuesday. If not for that, this would have been for the district championship. Still a big game for the Scrappers. If they win, they'll be second, probably fourth. If they don't win, the Scrappers got what they wanted. Took a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Arkadelphia tied it, won it in extra innings. But you kind of got to put that away and come after them today.
Yeah, you really want to, and it's tough to put it away, but you really want to get that second seed and finish second in the conference. That's always better. You have to play the number 3 seed at 8 That'll be a better chance for the Scrappers to advance in the regional and move on.
And we'll talk about it later on in the broadcast, but the regional tournament will be next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in McLean. As PA announcer Glenn Lance is introducing the 5 Scrapper seniors. They're being presented with some gifts and a little plaque and some things. They're also out there with their parents. I'll run through them right quick. Scrappers have 5 seniors this year. One of them is outfielder Peyton Hill. Nathan and Nicole Hill are his parents. He is a 2-year letterman. He plans to attend UCA for a degree in Bachelor of Science for a Bachelor in Fire Science. He's getting started today in the outfield, senior Peyton Hill. Also, senior second baseman pitcher Banks Ray. He's the son of Andrea Britt and the late Paul Wayne Ray. He's a 4-year letterman for the Scrappers, newcomer of the year 4 years ago as a freshman. He's a pitcher and an infielder. Career-wise, has 5 doubles, 25 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, 4 wins with 80 innings pitched. And Banks had a big hit in the opening game of the season. In the bottom of the 6th inning, a bases clearing double that, with the bases loaded, that helped the Scrappers beat Ashdown. Next senior is Sam Carter. Sam is the son of JT and Aaron Carter. He's a 4-year letterman. He's the Garrett Lance Teammate Award winner in 2022. Sam's an outfielder, does some courtesy running the bases. And now, if you're watching on the live stream, the mothers are going to throw the first pitch to their son. That's kind of a neat thing. I hadn't seen us do that before. And I think I can say that the sons have a little better arm than their mamas do, Frank.
Well, they did. Nobody hit the screen back here. There were a couple of short hops, though.
And moving on with the 4th senior, that's third baseman Mason Honey. His mother is Melanie Honey. After high school, he plans to attend National Park College over in Hot Springs, playing some baseball, planning on majoring in civil engineering. He's been a 4-year letterman, 2024 All-Conference, 2025 Ralph Gross All-Tournament, hitting .394. Got 18 RBIs this year, a .375 career batting average, good contact hitter, senior Mason Honey. And finally, senior Gage Green. He's a catcher. His parents are Michelle and Alan Green. After high school, he plans to attend Arkansas Tech, get a degree in agriculture business, and he wants to go into business with his father, Alan Green, as an appraiser. Gage is a 3-year letterman. He was All-Conference in 2023, MVP of the Ralph Gross Memorial Tournament this year, early in the year, hitting .375 with 13 RBIs, leading the team in hitting right now, and has done a good job catching this year, thrown out several base runners. That's the seniors, and the umpires are on the field. John Ray will be behind the plate. Justin Allen will be on the bases. Coach Zach Stewart comes out to meet with Coach Drew Lowe. And Frank, as we said, the Badgers, by beating the Scrappers in extras, they have sewed up the #1 seed for the district. But the Scrappers come in with their ace left-hander, Carson Chambers. He'll be on the mound, and as you said earlier, this is probably the difference between a #2 and a #4 seed here this afternoon.
Yeah, it is. It's a big game for the Scrappers. They need to come out and play well, get that bad taste from that loss, ready out of their system. Get building a little confidence. They know they can play with this team. They made a big comeback the other day. There was a lot of fight in that game. But it got down to needing those 3 outs, and as we talked about, at every level, even the major leagues, those last 3 outs can be really hard to get.
And so JT comes from off the field. He'll join us now. JT will be taking care of all the stats. He takes care of the YouTube live stream. Arkadelphia in their white pants, red jersey, Scrappers in their all black with white pinstripes, as the coaches and the umpires continue to meet. Frank, a little breeze blowing through the ballpark. Perfect afternoon to watch a little ball. And this is the last high school baseball game for Nashville this year. So if you want to see a little ball, you need to come by the ballpark.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's 84 degrees here. 7 mile an hour wind blowing out, kind of swirling a little bit. Right now towards the right field, wind blowing out towards center field. Good track play, light clouds in the sky, making it a little easier on the outfield.
JT in a moment about the standings right now in District 8. He's got them coming up. And another game of importance this afternoon, Camden and Fairview and DeQueen are played. Frank, I looked in the paper Wednesday morning expecting DeQueen to have beaten them handily, but they only beat Fairview 3-2. That would have helped the Scrappers if DeQueen could have gotten beat. So we'll keep you up to date on that game. Looks like Crossett's 8-1. There's one game left. They've all played 9. Is that right, JT? They've all got a game this afternoon, and that'll end them up. Warren is at 7-2.
Crossett actually plays, I believe, on Monday. Yeah, they play Monticello on the 29th. So
okay. Now, regional tournament, next week is district tournament week, Frank, and our district, District 7 and District 8, they choose not to play a district tournament. They play a double round robin. So next week, Scrappers have a game or two next week, non-conference, but that week is set aside to make up rainouts. But the Scrappers they've gotten all their games in, and I think everybody in the conference, other than this game you talked about down in 8, is getting ready to be played. So long meeting at home plate, going over the ground rules there. Don't know, Justin Allen, one of the umpires on the field. John Ray's been here, I think, once this year. Coach Stewart may be going over more ground rules with the umpire than with the other team, Frank.
Yeah, he may be. Both of them called here, Justin Allen's called here. And I think they're probably pretty straight on the ground there.
JT had the call last Tuesday at Arkadelphia, and JT, it was a thriller unless you were for somebody, and it was a gut wrencher for the Scrappers.
yeah, that was a game where, you know, Arkadelphia jumped out 1-0 lead in the second, and then they put up 4 more in the fifth, or in the third, to go up 5-0. And then the Scrappers battled back with 8 consecutive base hits in the top of the fifth to take a 6-5 lead. You go through the bottom of the fifth, no run scored. 6th inning, no run scored. You get to the 7th, Badgers end up bases loaded, 1 out, and they get the run across, but they end up stranding the bases loaded. Well, then we go to the 8th inning, and the Scrappers unable to push one across, and unfortunately Chambers had to be pulled because we had to have him for today, which brought in Jaden Goodson, and he did a good job, got 2 outs, 2 strikes, but their best hitter, Cash Strickland, came up with a runner in scoring position, and he just lined one in the right center field and scored a winning run, and just a tough one for the Scrappers. But today's game, you can't just dwell on that one, because today's game is very important. You got to win this game so that you can get that 2 seed. You don't want to fall to 4.
And when you were down on the field, you and your wife were down on the field with your son, Frank, and I talked about that. You play a lot of games in baseball, and you're going to have some heartbreak. You got to flush them, and you got to go to the next one.
Yeah, I know these boys today, they want revenge. They felt like they had that game, and they just want some revenge to get there. But I do know that no matter win or lose, in that regional tournament, we're either going to play at 3 o'clock or 5:30. I know that, so that'll be the times that we'll play at. We'll know exactly after.
Yeah, and after the game, we've got the regional bracket here, and it starts 2 weeks from yesterday.
That's correct.
Queen. PA announcer Glenn Lance, he's introducing the starting lineups. Frank's got them for you on the live stream and on B99.
Well, eventually, Arkadelphia Badgers will be their third baseman, Andy McDill. Batting second will be their pitcher, number 1, Madison Finley. Batting third will be number 4. Playing second base will be number 5, Houston.
Welcome into Nashville tonight.
Batting fourth will be the shortstop, number 8, Cash Strickland. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, number 26, Casey Hall. Batting sixth will be the center fielder, number 28, Skyler McClure. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 14, Darren Roberts. And batting eighth will be the catcher, number Cooper Stevenson. Batting ninth will be the right fielder, number 24, Austin. And now for Scrappers, leading off today and batting first will be number 3, Luke Burns. He'll be in left field. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 7, Haley Gray. pitching and batting third will be number 1, Carson Chambers. Batting cleanup and playing third base will be number 13, Nathan Haynes. Batting fifth and catching will be number 18, Gage Green. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 34, Carson Kirby. DHing and batting seventh will be number 9, Brent Chris. He'll be DHing for the right fielder, number 4, Peyton Hill. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 5, Banks Ray. And batting ninth will be the shortstop, number 2, Zeus Hutchins.
Teams lined up on their respective foul lines. The national anthem is coming around. We're going to take a break. After the anthem, we'll be right back. First pitch around the corner. Come back and join us. Have returned to their dugouts, and Scrappers and the Badgers are right around the corner. The tall left-hand All right, here we go. It'll be McDill, Finley, and Hooten, Strickland, Pine, McClure, Rogers, Stevenson, and Brawley. This is the third baseman, Andy McDill, standing in from the right side. First pitch by Chambers, and a strike as he takes it a little off. Next pitch, ground ball, base hit to the right side, swings late and pokes it to the right of Carson Kirby. Good start for the Badgers.
Got a little inside out on that swing. Hit it past Carson Kirby for the solid.
Maddox Finley, he's the pitcher. He'll be on the mound when the bottom of the first rolls around. Honing in about a step on the edge of the grass. Chambers working from a set position. Short lead over there. And a curveball hangs high, ball one. How many pitches did Chambers throw last Tuesday, JT, in the 40s?
Yes, sir. 46.
And a strike over the outside edge. A high strike. Hutchinson and Ray look for two up the middle. We'll set the Scrapper defense for you after this pitch. Fly ball to center. Hill over, camps under it, 1 out. Popped it up to center field. Benson Jordan, he's in the first base coaching box for the Badgers. Their head man, Drew Lowe, is in the third base box. And Frank, Drew Lowe's been over there a while now. Followed Brand Matros, who had also been there a while.
He stayed a long time, done a good job with the Arkadelphia program. It's one of the good programs in the state.
Left-handed hitting second baseman Houston Hooten at the plate. And Chambers throws a strike over the outside corner. Frank talking about Arkadelphia, good programs. They're on a roll, state champions in football this year. They've already won the district in baseball.
Yeah, and they've done that more than once in their history in the last few years.
Chambers throws over the first. And the ball goes high. Peyton Hill gets the start in right field. Hayden Gray's in center. Ground ball to Ray's. He bobbles it to see if he can make the play. Ground ball to Ray's left. Frank didn't come up. Now Arkadelphia's got something going.
Yeah, he only had a chance for the play at first right then. It's hit off the end of his glove. He kept it on the infield.
Now their best hitter, Cash Strickland's at the plate as the Badgers threaten to take a quick lead here. Just getting started here at Wilson Park. Badgers already know they're the #1 seed out of the district. Scrappers, will they be second? Will they be fourth? We'll know in a couple hours. Swinging a foul off to the right side. Scrapperettes, they've already sewn up the softball district championship. They're playing Arkadelphia over at Futrell Field. Scrapperettes won handily at Arkadelphia last Tuesday. And a strike over the outside corner. That's a good spot in by Chambers, Frank.
It was right on the corner, knee high.
Foul off to the right side over the bullpen of the Badgers. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And Chambers looks him back. Long look now by Chambers. Now he steps off. He never was comfortable there. McDill led off the ball game with a poked a little single into right. Fly out to center and an error. First and second. Strike 3 called. And Strickland, I think he knew it, Frank.
Yeah, he was hoping that was going to be called a ball a little high, but he really thought it was going to be a strike, and it was.
Pretty good hook by Chambers. Now he tries to wiggle out of a little first inning jam here.
Yeah, one of his better curveballs. He had a little trouble last time we watched him pitch, getting that curveball over. That was a beauty.
This is the first baseman, Casey Pye. And a fastball, and Pye's late and fouls it against the screen. Green's the catcher. Honey's at third, Hutchison at short, Ray at second, Kirby at first. Boone, Gray, and Hill left to right in the Scrapper outfield. And another good breaking ball and call strike two. And Frank, I think the last two curveballs he throws the best two he's thrown today.
Yeah, they were both well located. Good late break on them.
0-2 pitch coming. There goes the runner. Throw down by Gray, and he throws him out without any trouble. They're trying to steal third with 2 outs. And Frank, I mentioned it, talking about Gage in senior night, and he's had a good year behind the plate.
He has. He's got good quick release on that. Beautiful throw down there. Nice tag by Mason Honey for the third out.
First batter scored no runs on 1 hit. Scrappers committed
No runs on a hit, an error, 1 left.
0-0.
Maddox Finley to the mound, Scrappers to the plate. We'll take a quick break. It'll be Boone, Gray, and Chambers when we come back. This is Scrapper Baseball. No score after a half. Left-handed hitting Luke Boone will lead off for the Scrappers. No score here in the bottom of the first.
Boone comes into today's game batting .306. He leads the team to
Leading off for the Scrappers from the bottom of the first inning, the left fielder.
Maddox Finley, as JT gives me the stats on him, he's only pitched 8 2/3 innings this year, record of 1-1, giving up 9 hits, 8 runs, 10 walks, 5 strikeouts. Scrappers fell behind early Tuesday, Frank. They'd like to turn that around this afternoon.
Yeah, I'd like to get off to a good start here at the plate.
And Boone takes a pitch high. Boone, Gray, and Chambers, Honey, Green, and Kirby, Fritz, Ray, and Hutchison. Boone hits a fly ball to left. Left fielder about 2 or 3 steps over to his right and puts it away, 1 up and 1 down. DeQueen already up 1-0 on Fairview in the top of the first.
Batting for the Scrappers, the center fielder, number 7, Aiden Gray.
JT, we need to keep an eye on that game, but the Scrappers need to worry about the one going on here.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you do if you're worried about another game. You got to win this one and see what happens in the other one.
Gray bunts it. He'll have trouble. He picks it up and throws, and Gray beats it. Frank, and he's made a living on that this year.
He has. He's got really good speed. Leads the team with 14 stolen bases. Won't be surprised at all if he takes off running. He's got several bunt hits, several sacrifice bunts. Done a really good job with that.
Chambers to the plate as their outfield swings around toward the right field line for the left-handed hitter.
Chambers hitting .361, .524 on base percentage. He leads the team with 3 home runs.
There goes Gray. Ball into center field, and ball gets down, and Gray had to wait. He'll get to third, and he slides in safely. I had to wait on the call. Their center fielder McClure went to his right and dove, but Frank, he couldn't quite catch up.
No, he couldn't. He made a really good effort on that. Just off the end of his glove, good read by Gray. Make sure the ball dropped, and then he managed to get himself out to third, Carson doubles into second with a double.
And we got a courtesy runner out there for Chambers. Mason Honey, as the infield stays back, Badgers will concede a run. And Honey takes the ball in the dirt.
Mason leads the team with a 394 average.
Good cut and fouls it back against the screen.
Carson
Got
Hunter in
26
second
hits
base
on
for
the
the
year,
Scrappers.
18 RBI.
Number 16, Peyton Fritz.
RBI opportunity here, trying to break a scoreless tie in the bottom of the first. Nashville has second, third, and one out as Honey asks for time and gets it. And now the catcher Cooper Stevenson goes out to talk to his pitcher Finley. Boone flew out to left to start the inning. Gray dropped down a bunt down the third baseline, beat it out for an infield hit. Chambers doubles to left center field. We've got second and third and one out. Scrappers trying to break into the lead here in this game. And the ball goes high. And the ball outside. Frank, what do you see so far from the right-hander Finley? I mentioned he's only pitched 8 2/3 innings this
Yeah,
year.
he's definitely not got overwhelming stuff. They're
Line drive, base hit, and Hodie hits it hard to left, and only one run can come in. Frank, sometimes you hit it too hard.
yeah, you do, and he just crushed that ball. One hopper to the left fielder, no chance for the runner at second.
Now batting for the
He
Scrappers,
drives in.
the catcher, number 18,
Hayden Gray with the first
Green.
run of the game.
Here's Gage Green. Scrappers have first and third. Honey not a threat to run, but we'll see what the Scrappers want to do. Courtesy runner is at third for Chambers. Green, a line drive, base hit for left. Left fielder bobbles it, but the runner at third scores, and 2 ropes in a row, Frank.
Yeah, they were really on him right there. Pitch was in the middle of the plate, and it was roped, as you
Courtesy
said.
running now
Out to the
for
left
the
fielder, kinda
Scrappers
handcuffed him
catcher
even.
is number 10, Sam Carter.
Here's Carson Kirby.
Now batting for the Scrappers,
Take a 2-0 lead.
first baseman, Carson Kirby.
4 straight hits. JT, what'd you say in the big fifth over at Arkadelphia? Had 8 straight, right?
8 straight
And
hits.
that
Yep.
was off of their what they consider their 1s and 2 pitchers.
That's correct, yeah. It was a combination of their 2 Gabe Owens to start off with, then Cash Strickland came in and kept hitting on him.
Kirby is the team leader with 22 RBIs and doubles with 9.
And he fouls it against the screen. Nice crowd here this afternoon. Chairbacks are full around behind the plate, and then right in front of the press box, those chairbacks are full. Line drive, base hit. Scrappers hitting it. That won't go to the wall. 1 run in. Here comes the other runner. He brings him in. Throw to the plate. Might have a play. Save. Save. As Sam Carter coming in to run, and Carter comes in with the 4th Scrapper runs on a double by Carson Kirby.
Now batting for the Scrappers,
JT was down on the field with his son Sam a little bit ago, and Sam crosses the plate with another Scrapper run.
Yeah, he tried to get tackled by the turf monster there running around third, but he held his footing and got in for that 4th run.
He was running for Green. Now there's another base hit. No. Line drive over the shortstop's head. I was working on my scorecard. I saw the line drive go off, and this was Brett Fritz lined
the second baseman, number 5, Banks.
the shortstop, and
Right off the end of the bat.
runner on second, 2 out. Good job by Kirby running the bases. Here's Banks Ray. And a pitch high to Ray. Scrappers bunched 5 hits in a row and have plated 4 in the bottom of the first. Ray, a little flare into right. Let's see if it'll get down, and it does, and it'll score another run. And Carson Kirby comes in on a little off-the-handle flare just inside the right field foul line by Banks Ray.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the shortstop number 2, Zeus Hutchinson.
And with that, all 5 seniors have seen action here in the first inning.
And that's a good deal, Frank. And this is a strike to Hutchinson, and Banks says that his looks as much like a line drive as Honey's and Green's did earlier in the inning.
Doing the scorebook.
There he goes. Shot out to left field. Way around second as Hutchinson hits it hard, and the Scrappers have batted around. Here's Luke Boone.
I told you they wanted some revenge.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the left field.
Bats are out right now.
Luke Boone.
Scrappers up 5-0. Want some more. Boone led off the game with a fly ball and takes a strike. Frank, a lot of hard hit balls this inning, but I see Hayden Gray on deck. Don't want to overlook his bunt single that started all that.
That's exactly right. Get on base, good things happen.
Breeze kind of blowing out toward center field, right field now. Ground ball to short. And he waits a minute, and the runner is safe. And Frank, a little misplay there, miscommunication. Talk about what happened with
He
the.
thought he was going to flip it to second, but the second baseman did not cover the bag. Then he had to throw over to first. By the time he threw it, the first baseman had stepped in front of the bag and didn't even have a chance to make it close.
And how you score that, Frank? Fielder's choice or a base hit?
I'm going to go down base hit.
And a strike to Gray. Bases loaded. Scrappers already up 5. And strike 2 as Gray takes a little bender, and he's in the hole 0-2. Line drive, base hit. 1 run's in. Everybody has to stop. Frank, the Scrappers have hit some ropes this afternoon.
They held that. They're taking off on him.
Now batting for the Scrappers, the pitcher.
No move by Coach Lowe over in the dugout. Talked to Coach Lowe a minute before the game, Frank, and he said, I'm really glad we won that one the other day. We don't have to really worry about this one.
Yeah, you really feel comfortable in that situation.
Chambers could really blow it open now with the bases loaded and 2 outs as he takes the ball high. Chambers has already doubled this inning. 9 hits this inning. That's right, I said 9 for the Scrappers. And the ball gets away. No, it hits him on the foot. And Chambers gets an RBI. And now Coach Lowe comes out. And we'll have a courtesy runner for Chambers when time comes back. Scrappers have sent 12 to the plate, Frank.
They have still only 2 outs in this inning.
Go back over if anybody just tuned in. We're in the bottom of the first. Nashville now up 7-0. Go back over the inning, Frank.
Yeah, we started off Luke Boone with a fly out to left field, and then followed by a single by Gray, a double by Carson Chambers, a single by Mason Honey, a single by Gage Green, Carson Kirby with a double. Brett Fritz made the second out on a line out. Banks Ray added a single, and then we picked up another run with the bases loaded on a hit by a pitch by Carson Kirby.
Now batting for the Scrappers, third baseman number 13, Mason Honey.
Gray's got 2 hits this inning. Honey looking for his second hit. And a ball in the dirt. Boone runs at third. Gray at second, and the courtesy runner for Chambers at first. Ground ball now to third, and the third baseman gets it now. He throws it wide to first, and 2 runs will score. As the ball goes into the dugout, Frank, and the wheels have come off the Badgers here early.
They have. That's twice they've had a chance to get out of this inning and have failed to.
The third baseman just airmailed it into the dugout over there.
Batting for the Scrappers, the catcher number 18, Gage Green.
Nice second, third, and 2 out. Green takes a ball outside.
Green singled sharply to left and had an RBI his first at bat this inning.
And a strike over the inside corner. Maddox Finley, he's gone all the way. How many pitches has he thrown so far, JT?
It's only 25 pitches.
That's because most of the first or second pitches have been base hits. And a strike right at the knees. John Ray calling balls and strikes this afternoon. Scrappers have put up a big 9 spot so far here in the first. Just outside, and Finley walks off the mound, Frank. He thought he had struck him out, and I kind of did too.
It was close. He didn't do himself any favors on the next pitch by walking off.
And Green hits a long one. See if it'll hang up. Center fielder catches it in left center field. Just got under the hair, Frank.
Just a little bit. Caught it out there about 3 steps from the left center field wall at 330 feet for the third out.
Bottom first inning, Scrappers scored 9 runs.
Scored 9 runs on 9 hits, a couple of errors, a couple left. Chambers back to the mound. We'll take a break. It's Nashville 9, Arkadelphia nothing. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball. Casey Pye was at the plate to end the top of the first as McDill tried to steal third with 2 out, and Gage Green gunned him down. Badgers had 2 on, got on with a hit and an error, but Chambers got out of it. And you could hang a worm on that hook, Frank. That's a good curveball there.
That was. He got a really good command of that curveball today.
And a fastball, and Pye was late, and Chambers in front, 0-2. Tall left-hander kicks and fires. Ground ball to short. Hutchison's got it on 2 hops. Throws a strike to Kirby. 1 up and 1 down. Skylar McClure's the batter.
Number 28, Skylar McClure.
McClure stands in from the right side. And a strike by Chambers. And Frank got out to the big lead in the first. He just wants to start pumping that strike zone now. And swinging a foul as he gets ahead 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Chambers' second strikeout of the day, and 2 up and 2 down.
Now batting for the Badgers.
This is the right fielder, Dylan Rogers.
Dylan Rogers.
He'll play shallow in right field and over toward the right field line. Gray straight away in center as the ball just go outside. Senior Peyton Hill gets a start in the outfield this afternoon. And a loose ball gets on the field, and the umpire calls time. We got somebody throwing down in the bullpen, I believe, JT. Can't see who they are.
I can't tell who it is, but they do have somebody throwing, yes, sir.
And just high for ball 2. Chambers quickly got the first 2 out, a ground out and a strikeout. This is the right fielder, Dylan Rogers. And quickly ball 3 high. Their catcher, Cooper Stevenson, on deck. He's standing in the on-deck circle. Shin guard still on. And a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting for the Badgers, the leader catcher, number 11, Cooper Stevenson.
Stevenson comes up from the right side. He's a good-looking athlete, Frank. Kind of looks like a catcher, well-built young man. And a ball high, and 5 straight now for Chambers as he quickly got the first 2 out. There goes the runner. And Green's throw down there, not in time as Rogers steals it.
Rogers got a really good jump off Chambers.
Pretty good throw. No doubt he was safe. But Green made it fairly close. And now Chambers has thrown 6 straight balls. And Frank, he's full convinced it's the baseball. He wants another.
It's just one of the things about pitchers. If the ball's not going where you want it, you think it's a baseball. They don't all feel exactly the same, although they're close.
And now a good fastball for a strike.
Every once in a while you get one that's just a little bit bigger and sometimes just a little smaller. And a lot of times it's the seams don't feel right on some balls.
And Chambers looks towards second. Two 2-1 pitch to the batter. And curveball hangs high, and after 2 quick outs, Chambers has run into a little control problem here in the second. Now swinging a foul, and that runs the count full. With 2 out, the right fielder Dylan Rogers got a walk. He stole second. He's there with 2 out. Big gap in right center field. And ball 4. And they're going to send a courtesy runner out for the catcher. You got his number, JT. Is it 12? Plyler comes in to courtesy run. Brawley, the left fielder, he's a left-handed batter. Everybody's about to get set now. Chambers gets his sign from Green. Swing and a miss, and he swung that ball 1 then. Breaking ball broke way outside and down, but Brawley took a hack and came up empty. And again, Chambers steps off, doesn't throw. Hutchison trying to keep a runner close. Swinging a foul right over the grandstand, back out in the parking lot. Now Chambers up 0-2 on the 9th place batter. Their leadoff hitter, Andy McDill, he's on deck. He's got the Badgers' only hit of the day. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Couldn't make Brawley bite that time. Chambers gets his sign. Now he pitches. Swing and a miss. Took a little off, and the ball dove in the dirt, and Brawley goes down swinging. Nothing doing for the Badgers in the 2nd. No runs, no hits. A couple of left on walks. Scrappers up 9-0. They're back at it in the bottom of the 2nd in just 1 minute. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball. Scrappers sent 14 to the plate against them. JT always comes up with a lot of good stats, and the 3rd baseman, Andy McDill, he is a freshman, got the only hit for the Badgers so far today. JT tells me his dad played 4 years in the big leagues, looked up his stats. He played for Kansas City, Boston, and who else did you see?
Detroit.
And Detroit. Played in the American League for 4 years. He's just a freshman.
That's pretty good. If you play 4 days in the majors, it's pretty good.
You know, a year or 2 ago, and they've been playing baseball since the 1800s, late 1800s, Frank, the number that had ever gotten in an official box score as Kirby takes ball 2 was less than 20,000. So, like you say,
And it's hard to get there, and they say once you get there, it's harder to stay.
and Kirby takes a strike and didn't offer ball. 2-1 strike to the Scrapper first baseman. He doubled into the right field gap his first time. Scrappers had a hit parade going into first. And a ball high.
Yeah, I saw a stat that if you took all the players that ever played on a Major League roster, it wouldn't even fill up 2/3 of the smallest MLB field stadium. So.
Right. And a 5-pitch walk for Kirby. Couldn't see who it was because of their dugout, but somebody was throwing in the Badger bullpen. I think they're still throwing out there. Here's Brett Fritz. Coach Stewart goes through the signs. Fritz DHing for Peyton Hill. He lined out to short his first time. Shows bunt, and they've got him picked off. Got Kirby picked off now. He's in a rundown. Trying to stay in it, and they're going to tag him out as Finley finally gets the ball, and Frank Kirby wandered off too far on the bunt attempt.
Yeah, he did. He got to make sure that bunt gets on the ground before you make your break. And he just got out there too far. Catcher did a good job. Strickland recognizing it. Solid throw down there.
And Fritz takes the ball too.
Fritz lined out to short off the end of his bat in that first inning.
And a strike, maybe the best fastball Finley's thrown all day there. Line drive right at the center fielder, and he takes about 3 steps to his left. Fritz hit it hard, but out. So 2 quick outs. Banks Ray got a base hit to right field. And a ball high. Line drive right at the center left field. Ray hit it hard, but out. 1, 2, 3 go the Scrappers. Frank, they say baseball's a funny game. You send 14 to the plate in the first and 3 to the plate in the second.
It is. A walk, 2 hard hit balls, it results in 1, 2, 3 innings.
If you're listening a couple of minutes ago, JT told us that Andy McDill is a freshman and his father played 4 years in the big league in the American League. Scrapperettes trying to mirror the Scrappers over at Futrell Field. They're up 10-0 on Arkadelphia. And Chambers throws ball one low. McDill led off the game with a base hit, poked it between Kirby and Ray into right field. And a strike and a good fastball by Chambers. Chambers got 2 quick outs in the second and then walked a couple. And now goes quickly 3-1 to this batter. Fly ball into left field. Boone camps under it and puts it away. High fly ball into left, and Luke Boone put it away.
Now batting for the Badgers, number 1, Maddox Finley.
This is their pitcher, Maddox Finley.
He flew out to center field his first time up.
And a strike by Chambers as he gets ahead. McLean and Fairview, they're 1-1 in the third. Big swing and a miss. And a ball goes low. McLean just beat Fairview 3-2. It's 1-1 now. JT and Fairview hadn't gotten into the postseason in 2 or 3 years. They play everybody tough, though. They really play Nashville tough. Ooh, and a really good curveball, Frank. How about that?
Yeah, that was good. That man, and he's thrown some good ones today, but that was one of the best.
That was the old Uncle Charlie there.
4th strikeout on the day. Carson Chambers.
And there's another good bender for a strike as Chambers gets ahead.
Eaton reached on an error in the first inning.
Tries it again, and this time it hangs high. Little pop-up. Let's see if Honey can get there, and he calls it and puts it away foul, and a efficient inning by Chambers. 1, 2, 3 go the Badgers. Nothing doing for them. Scrappers coming to the plate, bottom of the third. It'll be Hutchison and then back to the top of the order. Come back and join us. You are watching Scrapper Baseball on YouTube live stream or listening on B99.5. We'll be right back. It off their roster. This is Hayden Hooten. Hutchison's 1 for 1. Fastball inside.
Who's had a solid single, scored a run there in the first inning.
Ground ball, third baseman makes a good play and a good throw, and Hudson hit it hard but out. 5-3, 4 in a row now retired by the Badgers.
Number 3, Luke Boone.
Frank, everything was finding a hole into first. That's 3 hard hit balls in a row now, and none of them can find a hole. This game evens itself out a lot.
It does that.
DeQueen and Fairview 1-1, bottom of the third. That's at Fairview. Now Boone pops it into left field, hangs up for the left fielder, and he takes it about 10 feet fair. All of a sudden, the Scrappers can't find a base runner.
Yeah, in the first inning, like I said, that would have probably fallen into that blue pit. This time it's
Now
an
back
out.
to the Scrappers, number 7, Hayden Gray.
Hayden Gray's got 2 singles on the day. RBI, he scored 2 runs.
And Frank, a lot of this game's mental. You know, we talked about the really, really tough loss over there Tuesday. Scrappers came out on fire, wanted to get on top early, had the big 9-run first, and it's just human nature to just get a little bit complacent after
Yeah,
that.
not quite wait on your pitch up at the plate, not quite follow through when you're pitching, do those little things.
Hayden Hooten, he's the second Arkadelphia pitcher. Chambers on deck. And a ball in the dirt. Regional at DeQueen, 2 weeks of this weekend. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 4 games Thursday. Everybody plays Thursday. As ball 2 goes low. Everybody plays Thursday. The top 4 out of 7 and the top 4 out of 8. And Frank, that's the biggest game of the year for coaches and players because the loser goes home and the season's over. But if you win, you're guaranteed a minimum of 3 games.
That's exactly right. That's the pressure game of the year.
And a ball just inside the green. Scrappers looking for a base runner here.
Also, you're going to see their best pitcher probably, and 4 seed can be a 4 seed because they got one really outstanding pitcher. He's going to pitch that ball game, get them into the state tournament, and they may lose their next 2, but he can beat you on that day. So there's always a lot to think about on opening day of regional.
Check swing, foul ball by Gray, and the count's full. A payoff pitch coming from Hooten. Swinging another foul. Carson Chambers, he's on deck. He'll pick it up, carry it back to the on deck circle with him. Strike 3 call, and Gray thought it was inside, but he gets rung up, and 6 straight Scrappers go down now after the big first, but Chambers back to the mound for the 4th. The Scrappers up 9-0. They scored those 9 in the first. It'll be the heart of their order, 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball on B99.5 and YouTube live stream. Pye and Skylar McClure.
The shortstop, number 8, Cass.
They're 4, 5, and 6. Strickland, one of the two pitchers they consider they're 1 and 2. They both pitched against Nashville Tuesday. Chambers throws the ball high. Strickland struck out back in the first to end the inning. And a ball, same place, same result, ball 2.
Yeah, Strickland only threw 32 pitches that game in Arkadelphia, so he's available today. They're just resting him.
And quickly, ball 3, hadn't missed much. Coach Lowe said that his pitchers were really tired, his main 2 pitchers. And a 4-pitch walk, and Frank, with a big lead, you don't want that.
Oh, you never want to walk the leadoff guy. Even when you're leading 9-0, they can hit the down. Grounded out to short his first time up.
That's 3 walks for Chambers today, to go along with 4 strikeouts. Ground ball. Honey gets it, throws to second, over to first, and gets away from Kirby, and the runner will go to second. Just there. I mean, just there. Good hustle by Kirby. Honey made a nice play there, and then a errant throw got away, Frank.
Yeah. Only made a good play on that. Good read, good feed down in there. Just a little bit in between hop over there.
For the Badgers,
Kirby pick up.
Skylar
Couldn't
McClure.
quite scoop it. High advances into second.
Now he's at second with 1 out. Frank, I was looking at the runner Pye. He thought for a second it was a foul ball, and I thought the Scrapper was going to be able to turn a double play. He really didn't get out of the box too good.
Yeah, and that's why that was the only reason they had a chance on that ball.
And a good fastball as McClure takes a half swing and comes up empty. Runner at second, 1 out. Nashville up 9-0. Way high for a ball. Scrappers had the big offensive first, and then the bats have gone silent the last 2 innings. Tries that breaking ball, and it's hanging high for him now. 2 balls and a strike. Now swinging a foul leaves the count at 2-2, and the Queen has plated a couple. They go up 3-1 on Fairview. And a half swing. Let's see if he wins, and the umpire says no. It was close. Makes the count full. Runner at second, 1 out. Line drive and a little high, pitches and catches it and throws it to first. Mike talked about a little web gym there.
That was an awesome swing. They had to go up in the middle of the field. Sliding stop, hops to his feet, strong throw over to first. Webb Jim. Where's Zeus Hutchison?
And Frank, like you say, impressive diving and catching the ball. Equally as impressive as setting your feet and throwing a strike to first.
It's something you got to do, and he really did a fine job of that.
And the runner advances to third as Dylan Rogers walked the first time, takes ball 1. He's the right fielder. Chambers trying to get through the 4th, unscored up. Little foul. Let's see if Kirby can get there. And he does, right in front of the Badger dugout. Carson Kirby goes about 20 feet into foul territory, and no damage there. No runs, no hits, an error, runner left. Scrappers come up bottom of 4. They lead 9-0. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball, B99.5. Second Badger pitcher of the day, that's Hayden Hooten.
Chambers was double, scored a run. He was hit by a pitch, left stranded in the second. He has an RBI on the day.
And he takes a ball, and Frank Chambers' bat has gotten hot in the second half.
It really has. He got off to a slow start, but the weather's warmed up, so is that bat.
And a long one into right field. Off the wall. Chambers will cruise into second with a double as we just say that, and he spanks the right center field wall.
Second double of the day for Carson Chambers.
Peyton Fritz will come in to run for him, and Chambers will take a seat and get ready for the 5th.
10th hit on the day.
Honey's been on twice, reached on there and single. Good play by Stevenson, their catcher, on the ball outside in the dirt. Keeps the courtesy runner Fritz from advancing. And now ball inside. This is the bottom of the 4th. Zeros all over the scoreboard except for one big number in the bottom of the 1st, and it says the Scrappers have 9. Way inside, and it nicks Honey's jersey. I'll guarantee you, Frank, as they're going to send in a pinch runner for Honey, that'll be Gage Applegate. Honey just as soon that hadn't nicked his jersey, he'd just soon up there and have his hacks.
That's exactly right. I would have argued with the umpire
Catcher number 18, Gage Green.
Gage Green is the umpire. John Ray's getting his scorecard up to date as the courtesy runner Applegate's out there. We got courtesy runners at first, courtesy runners at second.
Pinch runner over first.
I'm sorry, it is a pinch runner for Honey. The freshman Gage Applegate. They've got high hopes for Applegate the next 3 years. There goes the runner. And they picked a good one as Fritz steals third. Hooten didn't pay much attention, and Fritz took off, and a good job by Applegate following him down.
Fritz adds to his lead. That's 15 stolen bases on the year.
Infield back, and Green takes a ball. Anything will give Scrappers that 10th run. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but in high school baseball, if you're hit 10 after 5, the game's over. Ground ball to short, that'll score a run. And a productive at bat by Gage Green, Frank.
That's his second RBI of the day.
And that's the sixth scrapper run.
Number 34, Carson Kirby.
Scrappers had 5 straight hits in the first. Kirby had one of them, a big double. Hooten throws hard for strike one.
That's Kirby's 10th double on the year. He's the team leader with 22 RBIs. He'd like to add to that.
Strike 2 over the outside edge and a good pitch in by Hooten. Now Kirby's got to guard the plate as he's deep in an 0-2 count. Todd Ledford over at first coaching for the Scrappers. Zach Stewart over at third. Ground ball to the right of the second baseman. He kicks it. And Kirby will beat it out. And Applegate never stops. And he comes to the plate. And Frank, I think the second baseman, Houston Hooten, got a little lackadaisical in after he didn't make the play.
Yeah, he did. He needed to hustle. He kicked the ball away from him. It was hard hit toward the second base side. He had to run over and backhand. He had going to make a good play if he could make it, but he kicked it and ran away from him. Coach Stewart's always aggressive, and that took him across the 11th run.
John Wallace comes out to run for Kirby. Umpire John Ray's had a busy half inning with his scorecard, Frank.
Yeah, he's having to get all these in because they are pinch runners, and you've got to get those listed. They'll be pulled after this inning, and the starters will go back in, so they'll be done for the day.
As Brett Fritz takes the ball low. Scrappers have plated 2. They're up 11-0. There goes the runner. Throw down. Save as he stays on the base. Justin Allen has to look as the runner Wallace dives to the outfield side. Second baseman applied the tag, but Wallace hung on.
Really good throw down to second by Strickland. Right on the money.
And now the ball gets away, about a 55-foot fastball there. And a stolen base for Wallace, and now he advances to third. Coach Stewart keeping the pressure on Frank, and I assume he would just as soon get this game over with at 5.
Yeah, I think he would.
And a strike right down the middle as Fritz takes all the way on 3-0. Banks Rays up next. Banks is 1 for 2. Swings probably at ball 4 and fouls it off to the right side, and he kind of slaps his bat. He knows he probably
went after that high pitch. They always look good.
And time as a ball gets on the field. I'm assuming that's the ball that he fouled off. And we're having trouble getting it off the field. Now the first baseman gets it and throws it over to their bullpen.
Goes it well past their bullpen.
Runner at third, 1 out, infield back. And a pop-up over the grandstand. As Fritz hangs tough, the count is full. 9 in the first, 2 in the fourth. Ball inside, and it gets away, and here comes Wallace with another run. Pass ball there, and Wallace, the pinch runner, scores the third run of the inning as Fritz takes a walk. Here's Banks Ray. Scrappers have got a dozen. 11 hits, it says on the board. I'd have to count mine up, but I think that's right.
That is what I've got.
And I think they got 11 at Arkadelphia the other day. Is that not right, JT?
That's correct. Yeah, both teams had 11 hits that game.
Ray takes a strike, steps out now.
Banks had one of those hits, and then he lined out to left field on a hard hit ball his second time.
There goes the runner, and Ray pops it up. Let's see if it stays in play, and it does, and the catcher, Stevenson, can't quite get it right off the net by the Arkadelphia dugout. Banks Ray was one of 5 seniors introduced to the crowd with their parents here on senior night. The other ones are Sam Carter, Peyton Hill, Gage Green, and Mason Honey. Fly ball into right at the right fielder, and he puts it away, tries to throw behind the runner, and Fritz back in safely.
Batting for the Scrappers, the shortstop, number 2, Zeus Hutchinson.
Zeus 1 for 2 with a run scored. Made the defensive play of the game last inning.
Yep, big wedge jam on a hard hit ball off the middle for Zeus.
Ball in the dirt. Good stop by Stevenson. Hayden Hooten, he's the second Badger pitcher of the day. 12-0 Nashville. Ball outside. Pitch to Hutchison. Fly ball to center, right at the center fielder. He does not move. For the third out of the inning, but a nice one for the Scrappers. Scrappers score a couple of runs on only 1 hit. They had a walk, there was an error. They had 3 runs to the plate. Chambers comes to the mound to try to end it. He needs to get 3 outs before the Badgers get 3 runs. Come right back, see how it plays out on B99.5. Scrappers up 12-0. Cooper Stevenson, the 8th batter for the Badgers. And a strike by Chambers, and that's how many pitches for Carson Chambers, JT?
That was pitch number 59.
59 pitches. And a ball just outside as he takes a little off. Now DeQueen has jumped up 5-1 on Fairview, and I'm assuming Hope and Magnolia are playing today, or did they play yesterday?
They played Wednesday.
And
Hope lost that game as well. So
Hope went winless for the season. Is that correct?
Winless completely for the season, yeah.
0-10 in the conference and 0-something else for the season.
0-21, I believe, is what it ended up being.
And a ball outside makes the count 2-2. shot into left field for a base hit as Boone fields it and throws it back in. That's the hardest ball that the Badgers have hit today, and only their second hit.
And they'll remove their catcher for courtesy runner. It's like number 12.
Plyler coming in to courtesy run.
Number 12, Plyler.
Stevenson been on base twice. He walked and got that base hit. Raleigh, the left fielder, he struck out. His only time up. And a curveball and a beauty at the letters for strike one. Gotten a bigger crowd here in the bleachers now, Frank. Big crowd here.
Our folks have shown up.
JT checked on softball about 30 minutes ago. Scrapper Reds are up 10-0. That one may well be over with.
That's what I was looking to see, is if some of that crowd was the softball girls, but I don't see them just yet.
And just high for ball one. 14-0, bottom of the fourth. So probably when the Lady Badgers bat in the top of the fifth, that won't be over. Good cut there by Briley and fouls it back against the screen. Top of the order on deck. Scrapper's trying to get 3 outs before the Badgers score 3 runs. Chambers overthrew that one a little bit outside for ball 2. Bright sunshiny here this afternoon. It's bothering the fielders on the right side. Oh, I almost call that curveball strike 3, Frank, but not so from Mr. John Ray. The count is 4.
Me, you, JT, Gage Green, we all thought it was a strike.
There goes the runner and a pop foul. Honey gives chase, but it's going to go out of play next to the Scrapper bullpen. Runner was running on 3-2. Nobody out, even though they're down 12. And the pitch. Swinging a little fly ball, and it'll be a double play as they sent the runner. A little fly ball off the handle right to Chambers' right. He takes it in front of Honey. Frank made an easy double play.
He really did a good job setting his feet, making a strong throw down the first for the double play.
And, of course, they are saying the game's over, Frank. Running on a full count with nobody out, down big.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of hard to figure, but he's just wanting to look at some stuff. And the ball comes out of Chambers' hand, hits the backstop on the fly. And he comes back with a fastball to McDill, and he swings and misses. Scrapper's trying to get one out. If they do, we'll know when they play. And ball 2. Scrapper crowd groaning on a couple of calls here in this 12-0 game. Ball way high, gets away from Green. 3-1. Maddox Finley's on deck. He started on the mound. Hayden Houston has relieved him. Big story in this game is the bottom of the first, as the Scrappers had 9 hits and 9 runs. There's a long one in the left. Boone looks up, and that one clears the wall. And that's that freshman Andy McDill we were talking about, JT. He hits it out of the ballpark. And as a ninth grader, we'll probably be tired of looking at him for the next 3 years for the Badgers.
Batting for the Badgers, number 1, Maddox Finley.
Boone in left field doing a little quicker than I did, Frank. He just looked up and watched it sail. And Chambers tries to overthrow, and it goes against the wall.
Yeah, it was a good, solid line drive home run. Got out of here and hurt.
Chambers hadn't given up but 3 hits. A good fastball, and Finley swings and misses.
And they flung out to center. He was a strikeout victim his last time up.
Curveball, and the Scrappers are a strike away as he fouls it off to the right side. 12-1 Nashville, top of 5. Frank, that ball goes against the screen on there. What's he trying to throw? Can you tell him? It's like 3 this inning, and he's
throwing that fastball. He's just not bringing it down and following through with it. Lost his release point on that, and he throws a really good fastball right then.
And
sometimes when you muscle up a ball, you think you can muscle up one, but you really can't. You gotta keep that hand nice and relaxed, that forearm nice and relaxed.
2-2, and another one goes high, and Chambers looks at his hand. Now it's 3-2. Scrappers trying to end it. And a walk. Scrappers 1 pitch away a while ago, but now the 3rd place hitter, Houston Hooten, comes to the plate. Coach Stewart's going to say, we're going to come out and talk. And how many pitches for Chambers?
That's number 82.
Number 82, we'll see what he's going to do. Frank, I'm going to guess he's going to give him another batter or 2.
I would. He's just going to talk to him, make get his focus back.
Got it 2-2 then on Finley and lost him. Maybe the home run by McDill unnerved Chambers a little bit. Coach Stewart back to the dugout. Left-handed hitting second baseman Houston Hooten in.
He raced on error. He fouled out to 3rd his last time up.
Sun shining brightly here at Wilson Park. Game about an hour and 20 minutes old. And a ball high, and all of a sudden Chambers having a little trouble finding the plate here in the 5th inning. Ground ball, Kirby spears it, but it's just foul. Kirby holding a runner on at first, holding Finley on at first. A 1-hopper about a foot foul outside first base. Kirby backhanded it, but the umpire quickly called it foul. Line drive into right. That ball will get out and go to the wall. It 1-hops the wall. Probably a run will score, and no, they hold him up. And a couple of hard hit balls this inning as Hooten 1-hops the right field wall.
Now back for the Badgers, the shortstop, number 8, Cash Strickland.
Frank, and now a base hit, and this is their best player. A base hit probably is going to extend this game.
Yeah, it could well do that. 12-1, 2 runners in scoring position for the Badgers.
And And there's that base hit. And here comes a runner. Boone may throw him out. Play at the plate. Safe, and it was close. And this game is not over as it's 12-3 now. And we couldn't get Strickland out to end it the other night, JT, and we can't get him out to end it right now.
He's a good hitter. And his numbers with runners in scoring position, I believe he's batting up near 600 on the season with runners in scoring position.
And Frank Boone made it close.
He did. It was really close. He was safe, got under the tag.
And a ball. After 2 were out, the Badgers have scored 3. Nashville still up 12-9. There's a little flare that's going to drop, I think, and it does over Ray. And the right fielder gets it into the plate, and a little CNI base hit. That's 3 hits in a row, 4 out of 5. And the Badgers won't go away. Now the Scrappers are going to make a pitching change. Frank, one pitch away from the game being over. And now the Scrappers make a pitching change. Carson Chambers gets a hand, but they've had 5 in a row reach on 4 hits and a walk. And Dalton Manlove comes to the mound. Manlove to the mound. Skylar McClure will be the batter. It's 12-3 Nashville. We'll take a break. It's the top of the 5th. This is Scrapper Baseball. We'll be right back.
Appearance in the varsity game. I didn't have any stats.
He's pinch hit a couple times, but he hasn't played in the field.
Got a little
The-
work in.
the
He got a
bat-
good arm.
The Badgers have 6 hits, but 5 in this inning, and Manlove throws inside, 1st and 3rd, 2 out. Scrappers were 1 pitch and 1 out away from a 10-run win. That's out the window now. As just inside by Manlove. Frank, you talk about it all the time, whether it's the 5th, the 7th, or 9th, that last out's hard to get in baseball. Another base hit and another run will score. Frank, they've got a hit parade going now like the Scrappers had in the 1st.
Yeah, they do. They're feeling confident when they go up there. It can be contagious. So they pushed across 4 runs so far this inning after there were 2 out.
I mean, there were 2 out and nobody on.
Batting for the Badgers, number 14, Dillian Rogers.
They've batted around.
Rogers walked, stole the base his first time up. He fouled out first his last time at the plate.
And a good cut against Manlove, and he fouls it against the screen. Luke Boone ineligible to pitch today. He threw, I think, 88 pitches Tuesday at Arkadelphia. Another base hit. Boone comes up, and now the bases are loaded. Something in the gap now, Frank. It's a game.
That's for sure. They're having an end like we had in the first. They've batted around now.
Catcher, number 11, Cooper Stevens.
Stevenson had a hit, but he was doubled off first. They've been peppering line drives between the shortstop and the third baseman this inning. And he tries a little breaking ball that goes outside. Bases full of Badgers. They're still down 8, but they've got a life. Now ball 2. They've got 7 hits this inning. Scrappers had 9 in the first. Swinging a foul. Scrapper crowd was rolling along with a 12-0 lead and 2 outs and nobody on. Getting a little tense here at the ballpark. Ground ball under Honey's glove for a base hit. Another run will score, and Boone kicks it for an error. 2 runs will score, and the runners will 3 runs will score. And the runners will end up at second, and now 3 runs have scored. And who was that batting, Frank?
That was Stevenson, the catcher.
So a single and an error.
Now running at second base for the Badgers, number 12, Plyler.
Well, to keep
Now
up
batting for
the
the Badgers, number 24, Carson Brawley.
It's 12-7. Scoreboard's got 6. I've got 7. Just foul outside first as the left-handed hitting Brawley hits it hard. Almost hits him inside. 11th batter of the inning for Arkadelphia. Now way outside. Scrapper's got somebody throwing in the bullpen. Is that Goodson?
No, I think it's Peyton Fritz.
JT says maybe Peyton Fritz. Swinging a foul off Brawley's foot. (12-7) Nashville, and the crowd has gotten really quiet here at Wilson Park. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. What an inning for the Badgers. 7 runs.
They scored 7 runs, and we now have a 12-7 lead. Badgers have brought in a new pitcher, number 26, Casey Pye, has entered the game. He's the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Badgers. It's been a wild couple of innings for this baseball game. Yep. In this game, Scrappers are playing for that 2nd seed. If they want to get that, a loss today would push them all the way to 4th. They still have a good 12-7 lead here going into the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now pitching for the Badgers, number 26, Casey Pye, the former first baseman.
Luke Boone is leading it off for the Scrappers. He's had a hit, blown out the left twice today.
And we've got a new pitcher coming in from first base, Casey Pye. Boone hitting in the 5th. Little tapper to first. First baseman backs up, gets it. And the pitcher doesn't get off the bag, doesn't get off the mound. And Frank Pye comes into the game and makes a mental error right away.
Yeah, he probably hadn't pitched a lot of innings either. He's the first baseman. He's used to feeding that pitcher. He just doesn't react to the ball hit to his right side at all. Boone easily beats it out. Hayden Gray's reached base a couple of times today with 2 singles. He scored 2 of the Scrappers' 12 runs.
And Gray tries to bunt it again, but bunts it foul to Carson Chambers in the on-deck circle. Boone leads off after the Badgers plated 7 with nobody on and 2 strikes on the batter to get back in the game. There goes the runner. Ball in the dirt, and Boone steals it easily.
Nice stolen base on the air for Luke Boone.
"12-7 Nashville, warm afternoon here. And a ball low from Pye. Gray steps out, count 2-1 in his favor. Now he's back in. Swing and a miss as Gray takes a big cut and comes up empty. Boone led off the inning with a ground ball to first, and as the pitcher failed to cover, got there safely, then stole second. Gray has a 2-2 count with Chambers on deck. And a late swing and a foul by Gray as he fights that one off his fist. Takes a look back at second, pitch to Gray. Just inside for ball 3. Now Gray runs the count full. Three balls and 2 strikes to Hayden Gray. Pops it up. Let's see if it stays in play. Behind home plate, and the catcher dives at it and can't quite get it. Cooper Stevenson Gray has a life.
This is only the pop-ups time they have to play a wall here in high school. It comes over here toward the fence. You can see that fence. He slid into it a little bit.
I believe he hit his nose. May have a nosebleed there as Coach Lowe comes out of the dugout. Gives Stevenson a towel there. The batter Gray popped it foul right behind home plate, and Stevenson took a dive, hit his nose. And he's going over toward the dugout. I don't know whether he's going to have to come out of the game or not. He's going to have to quit bleeding. Coach Lowe looks at it, see if that nose is still bleeding.
He does not want to come out.
He doesn't want to come out, Frank, but in high school sports, if you're bleeding, they won't let you stay in the game.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little stoppage in the action here. We'll see if Stevenson comes back, but we're going to take a break. We'll set the stage for you. Nashville ahead 12-7. There was 2 outs and nobody on. And Nashville was up 12-0. The Panthers had a walk and 9 hits. The Badgers did, and made it 12-7. And so we've got another catcher coming out. Don't know whether he's going to take Stevenson's place or not. Stevenson trying to get the nosebleed stopped. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We'll let you know what's going on, but it's 12-7 Nashville. Nashville has a runner at second, nobody out, 3-2 to Gray. We'll be back in a minute. And Stevenson comes out of the game, and this is a different catcher, hadn't caught his number yet.
I think it's number 2.
And Gray takes a walk. Now there's 2 on and nobody out as this game is slowed to a snail's pace. Probably Jester. It looks like a 2 underneath his chest protector. Here's Carson Chambers.
He's got 2 doubles on the day. Was hit by a pitch.
Scrappers need to add on, and a ball in the dirt, and a good stop there by the new catcher, Jester. Frank, when it was 10 or 11-0, Scrappers still aggressive on the bases. You thought maybe they slow it down, but good thing they kept going. Chambers taps it toward the third baseman. He picks it up and throws him out. Runners advance. Chambers hit it off the end of the bat, and let's see if Honey can get some more runs across the plate. As Chambers grounds out 5-3.
Honey's got 3 RBIs on the
We're just in the 5th. Infield back. Honey hits it on the ground. Scrappers can play to run. Takes a little off, and Honey takes a big cut and comes up empty.
I feel like this is a very important bat here in this game. Try and get some more runs back.
Yeah, need to get a run, you know. Arkadelphia seized the momentum in the top of the 5th. And a little pop up into right. Let's see if that'll drop. And he makes the catch foul, and the runner will tag and safe at the plate, and the ball gets away, but as Honey gets a sacrifice fly as the pitcher Pie backs up the plate, and the runner at second can't advance, but the Scrappers do score one as Honey fouls out to right field.
The catcher number 18, Gage Green.
See if Green can pick up an RBI.
He got 2 on the day so far.
Pye will work off the windup with a runner on third and 2 out. And a good play by the new catcher Jester to save a run as he went all the way into the left-hand batter's box to knock that low pitch away. And a strike over the edge, and the catcher almost throws it over Pye. And as deep as the second baseman is, Frank, that would have scored a run.
Scored easily. And the second baseman wasn't making any move to back up the run. Which with a runner on third, the infielder should squeeze toward the middle after the catcher catches the ball.
And another pitch low to Green. Kirby on deck. 2 balls and a strike to the senior catcher, Gage Green.
He's batting .375 coming into today's ball game.
Now he goes back to the set position. Here's the pitch. And a strike down the middle, and Green takes it. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 13-7 Scrappers. Pitch to Green. Line drive. Let's see if it gets over the second baseman's head. It does, and Green gets an RBI. Just stroked it the other way, Frank.
And there we go. Good RBI. Third one on the day for Gage Green.
And here comes Sam Carter to run.
Courtesy running now for the Scrapper.
And Frank with a new catcher in there. Wouldn't be surprised with 2 outs here to see Sam take off.
Batting for the Scrappers, number 34, Carson Kirby.
They scored 7 with 2 outs. Let's see how many the Scrappers can score with 2 outs. Not a very big lead by Carter over there, and the pitcher Pye looks him back.
Rivers reached base all 3 times today. The double, a single, and a walk.
Little ground ball to short. That'll be easy as the shortstop 6 on second. Kirby hit it off the end of the bat, and the force at second. But the Scrappers pick up a couple runs, and they're probably going to need them as the game moves into the top of the 6th. Nashville now leads 13-7. Come back and join us. Badgers have the top of their order up. Scrapper's looking for some outs. Andy McDill came up the last inning with 2 outs and nobody on, and what did he do, Frank?
He hit a line drive home run over the left field wall to get their big inning started, which resulted in 7 runs that they have on the board today.
And a good pitch by Manlove. He doesn't get the call.
Bill's also single, blown out to left.
He pops that one up, though. Who wants it? Gray wants it. There's the first out. As McDill hit it high to center field. Here's Finley.
He's flown to center, struck out, walked, scored a run in that 5th inning.
And a ball goes inside. Frank, really unusual at any level of ball to see 2 half innings like we had in this game. Like the Scrappers first and Magnolia's fifth, Arkadelphia's 5th. As it's 14-0, a little breaking ball and a swing and a miss.
Yeah, the Cubs had one the other day kind of like that. They
Yeah.
throwed it on it. I forgot somebody was on a big lead and it got tied up and ended up a 1-run game to like 13-12.
And Manlove tries another breaking ball and can't get the call. That was a good pitch.
I got to correct. You mean the first place Cubs had that happen, right?
Oh, and a shot. Tony makes the play. What a play. You hear the crowd talk about it, Frank.
And he had to make a dive. No chance for that. Right over and just dive for it toward the second base side. He gloved it, jumped to his feet, strong throw over the first, another web jump to the Scrapper.
And the left side of the infield showing out defensively right now, Frank. And like you described, both plays, the stops were really, really good. Equally as good was setting your feet and throwing a strike to the first baseman, Kirby. Here's Hooten, way outside, ball 1. Just inside. Manlove's missed really close on a few pitches since he's come in. Now ball 3 quickly.
Yeah, he's been angry walking this batter, but he hasn't walked anyone yet.
Frank, we know what can happen with 2 outs and nobody on just from the last inning. And Hooten swinging on 3-0 and fouls it back.
He got the pitch where he wanted it, just missed it.
And a 5-pitch walk. Here's the thorn in the Scrapper side, Cash Strickland coming to the plate. He ended it at Arkadelphia Tuesday, extended it at Nashville this afternoon. What grade's he in, JT?
He's a junior.
I thought he was not a senior. Makes him look bad with a little sweeper outside. One strike to Strickland. 2 outs. Nashville up 14-7. There goes the runner. Makes him look bad again as Green can't find the ball and it's right under his feet as Hooten steals the base. Manlove up in the count to Strickland, 0-2. Runner at second, 2 out. Long look back at second, and the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right side as Strickland was late. Looks down at Coach Lowe, now steps back in.
You got to make sure on this 0-2 pitch you don't give him anything to hit. You know, you got to keep it out of the zone, but not too far.
And now let's see if that one's foul, just foul, as he shoots another one down the right field line. Frankie's kind of waiting on that breaking pitch and just poking it to the opposite field. Now Green and Manlove are going to talk about it.
Yeah, he put good contact on those last two.
Manlove made him look bad on the first 2 strikes. It's still 0-2, 5th pitch that Strickland sees in this at-bat. Now Manlove's got what he wants, and here he comes. All the way to the backstop, as Green can't corral it. Now the runner goes to third. The batter we want out's at the plate, 2 outs. And the pitch. And he fouls it again, and Strickland hangs tough. He's giving him that breaking ball, and Strickland's on it a little bit now as he's fouled 3 or 4 off.
Yeah, he just don't want to hang that in the middle.
And a good pitch outside, and ball 2. Casey Pye is on deck. He's the pitcher now for the Badgers. Ground ball to second. Ray's got it on 2 hops. Throws high but out, and a good inning by Manlove. Good inning by Manlove. Good play by Honey. As nothing doing for the Badgers in the 6th. Scrappers come to bat, bottom of the 6th. Scoreboard says Nashville 14, Arkadelphia 7. We'll be right back on B9. Frank, they had a star football player, baseball player named Donovan Whitten. Graduated about 3 years ago. Might be his little brother.
Could be. He's not quite as big as his older brother. Siblings?
Not nearly as big, and I think Donovan Whitten, last I heard, was still a walk-on for the Razorback football team. And the umpire, Justin Allen, tells him he's got to take that wristband off before he pitches. And he'll pitch to Brett Fritz, Banks Ray, and Zeus Hutchison. That's the bottom 3rd for the Scrappers.
Fritz is lined out twice, once to short, once to center field. He drew a walk his last time up.
And a ball outside. No lead is safe today, as we've seen both teams string a bunch of hits together. Scrappers had a 9-run inning. The Badgers have had a 7-run inning. 2 balls to Fritz. Ball 3.
Scrappers have kept adding on. They scored 5 in the last 2 innings.
Fritz Fritz will take a pitch here. And it's a strike over the inside third. Now he steps out. The DH will be turning to Crank if he gets something he likes. A shot just foul down the third baseline. Hit it hard, but foul. From 3-0, Whitten gets it back to 3-2 on the scrapper DH, Brett Fritz. Line drive, that'll get over the second baseman's head for a base hit. Good start for the scrappers, and Fritz gets his first hit of the day.
Batting for the Scrappers, second baseman number 5, Banks.
That gives everybody in the scrapper lineup today at least a single.
And I'd have to go back and count up, but probably about 14 or 15 hits for the scrappers.
Yeah, I've got 15 in my book.
JT says 15. Let's see what Ray wants to do. He's 1 for 3. Ball just high. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Outside. Throw down and not close as the catcher Jester can't get the ball out of his glove, Frank, and we might mention that their starting catcher, Cooper Stevenson, got hurt chasing down a foul ball behind the plate. Looked like he had a nosebleed. He's out of the game. Ground ball to first. First baseman's got it, and he'll get Ray out. 3 unassisted, but Fritz goes to third.
Nifty play by the first baseman
Batting for the
on the
Scrappers,
backhand.
shortstop.
And not an unproductive out by Banks, Frank.
Nope, moves the runner up to third base.
And the infield stays back. Finley, their starting pitcher, he plays at second. He's 2 or 3 steps back on the grass, and Whitten tries a breaking ball. It goes way high, top of the order. Luke Boone's on deck.
Luke's got a single in 3 trips today. Fly to center the last time up.
And a ball low, top of the order. Right around the corner for the Scrappers. 14-7 Scrappers. And a strike. Fritz runs at third. Anything on the ground, unless it's to the third baseman, will score the run. And Hutchinson's a foul, and I think the first baseman will get to it. Yes, it is. Right off the handle. And a big second out there for Whitten.
Scrappers, number 3.
Let's see if Luke Boone can produce something with 2 outs.
He's got 2 hits and 4 turns. He scored 2 scrapper runs.
Scrappers would like to get another one across. Ball inside. Pop-up foul over the grandstand. Luke Boone, one of the 2 Scrapper Conference starters, along with Carson Chambers. Boone gets a start in left field today. Fly ball to center. Well hit, but the center fielder goes back and makes a running catch right in front of the wall. Boone gives it a ride, but the center fielder tracked it down. So in the 6th, Scrappers score no runs on a leadoff hit. Can't get him around. Looks like Banks Ray may come to the mound to try to finish it off. Scrappers up 14-7. Come back to see if the Scrappers can finish it. This is Scrapper Baseball on B99.5. Frank Manlove came in relief of Chambers when they were on a hit parade, but after 2 or 3 hits, he settled down, did a nice
Yeah,
job.
he allowed 3 of those hits and a couple of runs, but he got the inning closed out.
Now batting for the Badgers, number 51, Owens.
This is their pitcher, I believe it's Gabe Owens.
Gabe Owens, yes.
He's the guy that started Tuesday. He's a left-handed batter. Ground ball, and Ray's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Banks made a stab at it and came up clean, Frank.
Yeah, it did. That was a reaction play right there. You're awful close when you finish throwing home. He made a good stab and then a good throw.
If he wouldn't have gotten it, I think it would have been a tough play for Fritz at second. Here's Skylar McClure.
This is a pinch hitter, I believe. Number 4.
And it is Daniel pinch hitting.
Correction, number 4.
Daniel pinch hitting for McClure. McClure had one of those big hits in their big inning back in the 5th. Ground ball foul, and Coach Stewart makes the play in front of the Scrapper dugouts.
Another Webb Jones in the Scrapper.
Crowds hung around. Ray Strode paints the outside corner for strike 3. 2 outs. Last time the Scrappers had 2 outs in the 5th. The Badgers played it 7.
Now batting for the Badgers, number 14, Billy Rogers.
Rogers is the batter. Line drive, home, he's got it. How quick was that inning, Frank? And the Scrappers have one little hiccup in the 5th, but come away with a big 14-7 win over the Badgers. We'll see if Coach Stewart comes up here. We'll take a long break here in a moment, but we know that the Scrappers now are going to play May the 8th at 5:30 and probably getting ready to play the Monticello Billies, huh, JT?
Correct, yes, sir.
And if you really keep up with Scrapper baseball, the Monticello Billies knocked the Scrappers out of closed the Scrapper season last year as the Scrappers had the bases loaded, a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Couldn't add on. Monticello scraped up a couple of runs and won it 2-1. But we'll see if Coach Stewart comes by here in a minute. Teams shake hands at midfield. Scrappers finish at 7-3 in the district. Arkadelphia finishes at 8-2. Too bad this one couldn't have been for the district championship, Frank, but doubt we'd have seen the same Arkadelphia pitchers.
That's probably right. But the big thing is, got the win, got that second seed, going into the regional here shortly. Good win for the Scrappers. Got a lot of people to play. Both teams played a lot of individuals today.
We're going to take about a 2.5-minute break. We'll be back for the post game. Frank will have the highlights, and there'll be a bunch of offensive highlights. He'll talk about a couple of outstanding defensive plays by the Scrappers. Are we going to play JV today, JT, or do you know?
I don't think so.
I think maybe no JV this afternoon as the home season comes to an end for the Nashville Scrappers, and it comes to an end with a 14-7 victory over the Arkadelphia Badgers. So we'll talk about the regional tournament, go over everything, see if Coach Stewart comes back. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break, come back and join us for the post game. Badgers in the 5th. Frank's going to tell you all about it, and he'll give you the summary, the highlights, and we'll see if Coach Stewart's coming up.
Final line score on today's game. Nashville scored 14 runs on 15 hits. They committed 3 errors. That's 5 on base. Arkadelphia scored 7 runs on 9 hits. They committed 3 errors and left 6 on base. A couple of web gems for the Scrappers defensively. Zeus Hutchinson with a fine play up the middle, and Mason Honey with a great driving stop over his third to get a runner out at first. The Scrappers pitching, Carson Chambers went 4 2/3 innings, allowed 5 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 4, walked 4. Dawson Manlove came in. He pitched an inning in the third, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 1, and Max Ray came into the 7th inning to close it out. He pitched a clean inning, allowed no runs on no hits, and he struck out 1 batter. At the plate, every Scrapper had at least 1 hit. Rick Boone had 2 hits. Hayden Gray had his 2 hits. Carson Chambers 2 hits, both doubles. Nathan Honey added an RBI and 1 scored. James Green had 2 singles and 3 RBIs. Carson Kirby a couple of hits, a double and a single, a couple of RBIs. Rick a single, Lance Day a single, and Zeus Hutchinson added a single. That closed out all 15 hits for the Scrappers. Like I said, it was a tale of those 2 innings. Scrappers came out on fire, 9 runs, 9 hits in the first inning. They would add 3 runs in the 4th and 2 runs in the 5th to seal the game off. And they had to withstand that big 5th inning where Arkadelphia plated 7 runs on 8 hits.
All right, we got Coach Zach Stewart up here. His team clinched a 2nd seed in the district. We're going to take a 1-minute break as Coach Stewart gets the headset on, and we'll come back and visit with him and close it out of this final home game of the year, a 14-7 Scrapper victory. Come back and join us in 30 seconds. A 2nd place win in the District 7 4A, and we've got the regional bracket here that we'll talk about after this game. But Coach Stewart, Frank and I talked about the story of this game was 2 half innings, the Nashville 1st and the Arkadelphia 7th. Nashville got 9 hits in the 1st. Arkadelphia gets 7 hits and a walk in the 5th. Don't see many games like that, and especially Arkadelphia did it with 2 outs and nobody on. Your thoughts on the game?
High school baseball. That is plain and simple. I thought, other than they made 1 error and maybe walked us maybe 1 time, maybe hit once in the 1st inning, but all of our 9 runs came on hits. I believe we scored 3 runs after the error on first, which one of them scored, and then the base hit scored 2 more. They did get us a couple in the 1st, but we earned all those. And then in the 5th, the same way. We got 2 outs, and then it looked like it was like 6 hits in a row. Tip your hat to Carson, man. That dude came in, threw 42 pitches on Tuesday, comes back today and throws another 80 pitches today, and gave it everything he had. And he's just gassed.
Yeah.
He just gassed and left a couple of them play. They're a good hitting team. And they hit it. Now, we did have an error at 3rd that would have got us out an inning, and then another error in left on the same play that kicked off us. They scored a couple, and then that kind of sucked some energy out. But Dalton comes in, and they hit him a little bit, and then we got her out, and then we turn around and we respond with 3.
And boy, I thought a couple of plays in the last inning, but boy, I thought Banks was really good.
Yeah, he's throwing strikes, throwing both for strikes, curveball, fastball for strikes, and that's what we need. Whenever you're up 12 runs, you need to throw strikes, and I thought our pitchers did that. I think we maybe walked 2 from the time that 5th inning on. I think we maybe walked 2. We didn't give them a whole lot. And so, I mean, they earn most of it.
And Frank talked about this, I guess, before you got up here, and you may or may not be aware of this. We had 15 hits. Every member in your starting lineup had at least one hit.
It sure felt like it. I mean, it felt like we were hitting 1 through 9 today. I mean, everybody stepped up to the plate, had good at-bats. You know, we even had a couple lineouts. I mean, there in the second inning, we walk, Kirby gets a walk, and then we get picked behind on a bunt, and we pull back on, and then we go line drive out. And then the top of the third inning, or bottom of the third inning, we go line out. Then we have a pop-up and a strikeout. That's no good. But then we turn around and went line out. But it looked like every time we hit the ball, it was on a barrel today.
All right, and before we let this game go, talk about the left side of your infield. Hutchison and Mason made 2 web jams.
Yes, they did. Zeus makes a really good play up the middle in the maybe second or third inning. Full extension dive, picks it up, sticks it in his chest. Great play. And then Honey, you know, we've been talking about it all year. We talked about, you know, he makes an error there in that 5th inning, but then turns right back around. The next ball he gets hit to him, it's a full extension dive, pick it up, throw it across, and make another couple of good plays. And that's how you can tell a true ball player. Whenever they make a mistake, there's something, and they don't go scared. They just make the next one. That's what we're looking for.
And I made the point on the broadcast too. Both of the catches were very, very impressive. Equally impressive to me is get up, set your feet, and throw a strike to first base.
Absolutely. He did a great job of that. But, you know, the thing is you know, there's a lot of people in the stands today that got to see it for the first time. I see it every day. Every day that dude comes out and he makes that play 2 or 3 times, and every single day during BP. I mean, full extension dive, pick it up, stick it in his chest. You know, so it was fun to get to see him get to do that in a game. He hasn't had an opportunity for the full extension dive yet this year, and he got to make it. He's made a couple really good backhand plays, 1 hop skips, but he finally got the full extension dive and get one, which was awesome today.
All right, so let's put this game away. We'll talk about the regional tournament. Starts 2 weeks from yesterday in DeQueen. Next week is rain out week, but nobody has rain outs. But you have got a game Monday, is that right?
We have a game Monday. We actually picked up one right before this game, which you know, this is unusual, but the seniors will be happy. That was not their last game at Wilson Park. Malvern called. They needed the game on Thursday, which we had a cancellation on Thursday, and so now we get to come back again and play here Thursday against Malvern next week, which, like I said, was, you know, 5 minutes before we stepped out on the field, we got that phone call.
So you made a liar out of Frank and I for the whole deal.
Well, you didn't know you were a liar.
Lost last home game of the year. But anyway, that'll be good. We'll be here to watch that. JT will have the call for you at Texarkana on Thursday. Let's take a look here at the regional bracket here. Now, JT says that there's still a game Thursday, next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. There is, but it has no implications. The way tiebreakers are, everything will be the same. I went and looked at it today and had a phone call from another coach over there, and that's Crossett's the 1, Warren's the 2, Monticello's the 3, and Hamburg is the 4, regardless of next week.
So the way I've got it down here right now is the way it's going to happen, and we'll go over that and I'll let you go. That's Thursday, May the 8th. Arkadelphia plays Hamburg at 10 o'clock. At 12:30, Warren plays DeQueen. At 3, Crossett plays Magnolia. And at 5:30, Nashville plays Monticello. And I mentioned this, we would like to get back at the Billies a little bit because we had a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th last year in the regional. Had the bases loaded, nobody out, never got another run across. They scraped across 2 and ended up beating us 2-1. So.
So
a little rematch with Monticello.
Kids, whatever I told them down there, that hey, we're the 2 seed, we're playing Monticello. They're fired up. They're excited to get to see Monticello again because they feel like they own one.
All right, well, congratulations. 2 straight district championships the last 2 years. 1 game away from a district championship this year. Scrapper baseball is rolling. 2 non-conference games next week, and then we'll be ready to roll for the regional at DeQueen next Thursday. We appreciate you coming by. This is Johnny Wilson, along with Frank Preer and JT Carter. We enjoyed bringing the Scrapper baseball game to you. We thank them in the studio for keeping us on the air.